My dear people of Equatoria and South Sudan, my greetings to you all. My name is Hakim Dario, Chair of Equatoria People's Alliance, تحالف الشعب الاستوائي. Equatoria People's Alliance would like to share this brief broadcast with you all on why our country's economy is falling and collapsing as people go without salaries for over 6 months and a year. Our economy is failing and is collapsing, and our people are going hungry. The podcast is titled Shooting to Kill the Economy of Our Country. I would like to remind our people that the SPLM, SPLA is the reason why our country has failed, is the reason why the economy of our country is collapsing. The SPLA failed to transform to become a fit for purpose defense force for the country as a democracy. The SPLM, the political wing, of both SPLM in government and SPLM in opposition, have failed to transform to become political institutions that are fit for purpose in a democracy. The SSPDF generals, or rather the SPLA generals, that SSPDF generals, have been shooting to kill the economy for the longest time ever, since 2006, when the killing spree started. All that the SPLA generals knew is shooting to kill the country's economy, which they found to be defenseless. They found the economy defenseless. In its highest organized form, they invented and deployed the NSS, the National Security Service, to shoot and kill both the economy and the people. We all remember that the National Security Service was responsible for kidnapping political activists from neighboring countries, bringing them to Juba and terminating them. The NSS policy to shoot and kill both the economy and the people is well and alive today. The NSS overran and occupied Nile Pet and assigned it and weaponized it to the relatives of the generals of the NSS and of the SSPDF and the NSS security operatives. The SSPDF deployed its SPLA, SPDF generals to shoot and kill the economy without mercy, as the generals allocated and approved to themselves privileges for medical benefits according to seniority, starting at 150,000 US dollars for lieutenant general down to the major general. This organized shooting to kill the economy of our country has permeated all sectors of the economy as generals, and a general becomes the byword for doing business, for trade, for security, and political leverage, with Kiir, of course, sat at its apex, shooting to kill from J1 deployment position. together with his cohorts and circle of relatives and friends. React 2 was not insignificant in this. React 2 is shooting to kill the economy from his family post in line with other generals, of which he is one, and the generals together doing what they know best to kill the country's economy with intent. The collateral and scrums falling off the tables are then shared between the appointed members of parliament of the revitalized Agreement for Resolution of Conflict in South Sudan, who themselves are shooting to kill at the piper's bidding. The piper being Salva Kiir and Riek Machar, and their behest in medical expenses, medical benefits of 1.5, that is 15,000 US dollars apiece. For over a decade, since 2011, the shoot to kill the economy without mercy attracted fortune seekers from far afield and facilitators of illicit networks to maximize and tax profits, and the free for all generals only economy that South Sudan has become. Now that they raided and killed every sector of the economy, nothing is left to the people. Nothing is left and invested in to beget more money. The economy has finally died. The dollar exchange rate has gone through the roofs. And the generals have no idea of what to do. Everything, Samaga, Nyete, you name it, is sold in dollars. And the generals are not going away yet. But they have only known shooting to kill the economy of our country at the speed of their thoughts. That's all they ever knew. Impunity, massacre of the economy, and personalizing it. The state or republic is an inconsequential joke. We have arrived at the failed republic, that bureaucrated. As you have all followed, the revitalized agreement for resolution of conflict in South Sudan that has failed and extended for 24 months has headed nowhere, has failed as well. And the signatories are now at loggerheads, contemplating between another extension of 24 months or a rigged and sham elections at the end of 2024. The elites of the revitalized agreement for resolution of conflict in South Sudan have arrogated to themselves the inalienable right of the people that the revitalized agreement for resolution of conflict in South Sudan has become everything. It has become a substitute for the will of the people. In terms of constitution making, in terms of driving the process of constitution making by the elites of the Axis, the revitalized agreement for resolution of conflict in South Sudan, without the will of the people, without the people themselves electing their people representatives and mandating their people's representatives to drive the constitution making process in view of alignment to For example, a constituent assembly that is elected by the representatives of our people in Equatoria, in Bahr Ghazal, and in Upper Nile. This is all quashed. What matters now in their eyes is the revitalized agreement for resolution of conflict in South Sudan, that it's all and everything. However, Equatorial People's Alliance believes in the inalienable rights of our people, that the sovereignty of our people cannot be alienated to Salva Kiir, it cannot be alienated to Riyadh, it cannot be alienated to the revitalized agreement for resolution of conflict in South Sudan, it cannot be alienated to the elites and signatories of the revitalized agreement for resolution of conflict in South Sudan. The sovereignty inheres in the people, in our people, in Equatoria, in Upper Nile, and in Bahr Ghazal. And it's about time that the people and not the elites drive the process of how this country should be reconstituted or configured to be a fit for purpose democracy for all the people of South Sudan. And in particular, for our people to enjoy and exercise their liberties, their rights, their inalienable rights for democracy, for freedom and liberty, and for self-determination. Thank you for your listening. This is one of many podcasts that will be shared from time to time over the next coming weeks and months. Well, thank you once more, and may God bless you. Thank you for listening.